Coming up on KOTA Territory News at 5:30, the Backpacks and Baseball School Supply Drive took place today at Rapid City's Walmarts. We'll tell you all about it. Plus, the Chapel Lane Bridge is seeing some changes that could impact your commute. And with the 85th Sturgis Motorcycle Rally on its 8th day, we'll have the latest numbers for attendance and calls for service. Your news starts now.
From Skyline Drive, this is KOTA Territory News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Jack Cotto. It is now day 8 of the 85th Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, and Juliana Alford is standing by live in Sturgis as we head into the final weekend of the rally. Juliana?
You can see behind me, rally goers are still going full throttle. We've been covering the 85th Sturgis Motorcycle Rally all week, and so far more than 300 rally goers have attended this year's event. Typically, Sturgis sees around 500,000 goers, but still breaking that record number was the 75th Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, when more than 500,000 people came to the City of Riders. But the event isn't over yet. There's still events planned for tonight and this weekend, and so far we've done charity rides, vendors, live events, and local businesses. I know this one was definitely memorable for me because I was able to talk to rally goers about where they traveled from, learn about the history of the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, and airing later tonight will be the Knuckles Saloon. So Jack, back to you.
Thank you, Juliana. Well, Chief Meteorologist David Stradling is back indoors today, and he's tracking a few storms on First Alert Doppler radar. So, David, how are things looking for this evening?
Yeah, we do have one thunderstorm that popped up, and as you'll notice, it's not in Sturgis. They still have sunshine. Juliana's dry, not dealing with any of those storms. We're taking a look here in Sturgis with those temperatures up there. Much more reasonable compared to yesterday at 77. A bit breezy, northwest at 20 miles per hour. Here's a look at our Golden West weather camera at Granite Automotive. Winds are out of the north and not too many clouds overlooking Rapid City. Temperatures are in the 70s for many spots right now. A 68 up towards Ekalaka and an 82 into Pine Ridge. There is one little storm that popped up just near or east of Piedmont and Tilford. Here's the storm right there, pushing eastward. Just some moderate to heavy rainfall with that little system there. And we have a couple of storms that have popped up in the northern Nebraska Panhandle. They may move towards Pine Ridge and Martin, but we'll be keeping an eye on these storms. Not really much of a threat through the evening hours, as we should remain mostly quiet. And the details on your weekend forecast are coming up.
Experienced plenty of traffic as the City of Riders has seen approximately 425,000 vehicles come into town as of today. And some people may wonder, how exactly does the City of Sturgis count up all those people? The Director of Communications for the city says for many years the city has used several metrics to determine how many people are in town during a rally. Those metrics include counting the tons of garbage that are hauled each day, and the South Dakota Department of Transportation placing traffic counting devices at 9 different locations coming into Sturgis. Other methods include a local group that conducts the official rally photo at noon every day during the 10-day event. The city then uses the photos to help them calculate attendance numbers. In addition, the city considers how many bikers visited Mount Rushmore.
2020 was a down year, and we can certainly see that, see the trends and know what our percentage of increases were for each year. And like I said, it's not an exact science, but it's what we've used for many years.
Holland says in the last 2 years for the rally, the city has been using a computer-generated program that gets the pings from cell phones, providing the city with a number of visitors in the area at any given time. There are just 3 days to go until the end of the Sturgis rally, and with the rally bringing in so many people from all over the world, there's been a commensurate increase in crime. In today's law enforcement meeting with the media, Meade County Sheriff Pat West addressed the overall calls for service, which are up by more than 200 from last year. West said they saw 40 people come through the Meade County Jail yesterday, with the Highway Patrol arresting 17 of the 40. Highway Patrol Captain Zach Bader said the patrol brings in additional troopers for the week of the rally.
We do bring in additional troopers during this week. We have specialties in drone operators, reconstructionists, drug recognition experts that just help to assist where we can throughout the week. We bring in additionally probably about 50 other troopers from throughout the state.
According to the Meade County Sheriff's Office, from 6 a.m. on Thursday to 6 a.m. on Friday, they reported 152 calls for service. Sturgis Police Chief Jody Vandewater said they are seeing certain types of calls.
Still, our number one calls seem to be our disturbances, our fights. Seeing a lot more of that, and that's indicative of the later in the rally with the heat. People get tired and crabby when they can't get anywhere, and then you start adding alcohol to that. It's a volatile mixture.
Both West and Vandewater say they're right on par for this time of year, but they've seen a slight increase in calls compared to last year. A joint task force operation targeting child predators during the 2025 Sturgis rally has led to the arrest of 4 men. 2 of the men were from Rapid City, 1 is from Black Hawk, and another is from Hermosa. All 4 men have been charged with attempted enticement of a minor using the internet, which comes with a 10-year minimum sentence if convicted. 1 was charged with attempted transfer of obscene material to a minor. U.S. Attorney Allison Ramsdell said of the operation, this sophisticated sting operation pulled together local, state, and federal law enforcement resources to take dangerous sexual predators off the streets and out of our communities. Rapid City police are looking for a suspect after shots were fired in an apartment on East Anamosa Street early this morning. Police say they got the call about 12:30 this morning, and when they got there, they found a first-floor apartment with bullet holes in the ceiling. When they went upstairs, they found multiple bullet holes on the floor of a bedroom there. Police say they're looking for 18-year-old Sebastian Waters, saying he was assaulting a female in the first-floor apartment, pulled out a handgun and fired into the ceiling. No one was hurt. Waters is described as a light-complected Native American man, 5'10", with brown hair and eyes, and a tattoo that reads MBK on the right side of his face. Call police at 605-394-4131 with any information, or leave an anonymous tip by texting RCPD and the info to 847-411. The suspect in a Rapid City shooting on July 31st was arrested in Sioux Falls. 29-year-old Kenneth Norman was booked into the Minnehaha County Jail early this morning. Rapid City police say an officer was flagged down last month, and the driver told police that the male in the passenger seat had just been shot. Police say witnesses identified Norman as the suspect in the shooting. Norman is being held without bond. On your way up to Sturgis, you can stop by the Welcome to Sturgis sign and get in line for a picture. The Welcome to Sturgis sign is off exit 32 and right before you get into downtown Sturgis. Many motorcycle riders stop by the sign to snap a picture of themselves and their bikes in front of the sign. Doesn't matter if you're solo, duo, or in a group. All kinds of people were stopping by and making sure to capture their time at the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. If the Chapel Lane Bridge is part of your daily commute, expect some changes starting this month. Starting August 20th, new load restrictions will take effect to limit the weight of vehicles allowed to cross. Rapid City engineers say the new restrictions come as a result of a recent structural inspection. Personal vehicles, campers, boats, and trailers will not be impacted by the restrictions, though large tour buses and garbage service vehicles will be impacted. City officials have been planning to replace the bridge for a few years while trying to secure grants, but have been denied. The bridge did require emergency repairs earlier this year, which sped up the timeline.
It's about a $4.3 million project at this time. We are applying for grants through the state BIG program, that's the Bridge Improvement Grant Program, in order to fund this bridge. And that would be an 80-20 match with the state. So the city would end up paying 20%, the state would pay 80%. And that's a pretty common thing we do around Rapid City.
Grant applications are due in January of 2026 with a spring bid to begin construction next summer, which is expected to last 2 years. In just a few weeks, the kids will be back in school, and today, one Pine Ridge senior spent one of his last summer days working to collect supplies for those in need. The Rapid City Police Department had patrol cars outside of both Rapid City Walmart locations throughout the day for shoppers to buy and donate school supplies or give a monetary donation. Mapia Luda senior Cody Tubols organizes the drive each year as part of his backpacks and baseball event. All of the donated items go to fill backpacks for school kids of all ages.
It's amazing. It's such a great opportunity. I love the way people are walking up and asking questions about it. I'm surprised and happy and relieved to get this opportunity to do this, and just the amount I'm getting. It's amazing.
Tubols will give out the backpacks filled with supplies next Friday at his baseball clinic in Oglala. The 85th Sturgis Motorcycle Rally has seen a mix of rainy days and intense heat. What should we expect this weekend? We'll have your accurate first alert forecast coming up later. But first, the legendary Rusty Wallace ride took place today. We'll take you there after the break. The 7th annual Buffalo Chip Rusty Wallace ride has taken off with the goal of raising funds for some noble causes. KOTA Territory's Blake Trolley spoke with Wallace ahead of the ride and has the story.
Riders line their bikes up in downtown Deadwood before taking off on a journey that would have them traveling through Spearfish Canyon and ultimately looping back into Deadwood. KOTA Territory News caught up with Wallace before the ride.
It's all systems go right now. We got good weather. We got enthusiasm. We got a lot of riders. Man, we're ready to raise a bunch of money today, and it's all for a great cause.
That cause is money given to both the Black Hills Special Olympics and the NASCAR Foundation, which seeks to help children in need, including with their medical bills.
It means a lot to me. This is the 7th year, and I tell you, the last 2 years, this just took off. Last year was amazing, like I say, with 400 grand. We usually raise about, anywhere between 180 to 250,000. Last year we went to 400.
Before the ride took off, Wallace had his sights on revving those earnings up to $500,000. Part of that money coming from the auctioning off of this Harley Davidson that Wallace and his son built. Wallace was not alone in his efforts. His list of VIP riders included TV personality Richard Rawlings and Wallace's younger brother and also former NASCAR driver Kenny Wallace.
Brother Rusty does such a good job, raises money for the NASCAR Foundation, of course, Rapid City Flames, Olympics and Special Olympics. So it's feel good, and Rusty doesn't take any money from it, and it all goes to those two foundations.
Tickets for riders hoping to take part in the ride were $175. In Deadwood, Blake Trolley, KOTA Territory News.
Chief Meteorologist David Stradling says a beautiful weekend is on tap, but Canadian wildfire smoke will settle in. The details are coming up in your accurate First Alert forecast next.
Now, the First Alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist David Stradling.
Temperatures in Sturgis are in the 70s. It's another nice day, but much cooler than those 90s we had yesterday. A lot of cloud cover today, but that's given way to a little bit of sunshine at this hour. We take a look at our Sturgis Rally forecast for tomorrow. Temperatures back up into the upper 70s. More of that sunshine throughout the day. It's going to be pretty nice. It will be a tad breezy at times throughout the day for us, though. Over the weekend, we're 70s. Saturday and Sunday, mostly sunny skies both days. A bit breezy Saturday. Sunday will be mostly sunny, but there will be a little bit of wildfire smoke that moves in, and that's when much of us in KOTA Territory could expect a lot of that smoke to be filtering in. We'll get to that graphic in just a few moments. Let's look at First Alert Doppler radar right now. You did notice a little storm fire off the eastern portions of the foothills, and that's moving over portions of Meade County right now. And that's just hanging out east of Sturgis. Not a threat to Sturgis for the rest of the evening, and skies should remain pretty sunny for us. A little bit more cloud cover towards southwest South Dakota. A few isolated showers or thunder showers into the Nebraska Panhandle. Not really expecting much out of those until they push a little farther eastward, and not really much of a threat to us here in KOTA Territory either. Remember that storm I showed you over portions of Meade County that formed over the foothills? Yeah, that's what the cloud looks like if you're looking north of Rapid City. If you're looking south from Faith or anywhere up north, you're going to be looking at a different angle of it, but it's the same storm there, bringing some rain out towards the plains. Many of us are in the 70s right now. We do have some 80s from Pine Ridge over towards Edgemont, 68 right now in Ekalaka, and temperatures will remain pretty comfortable as we go throughout the weekend. The Black Hills are holding on to the 60s right now. We'll be up into the 80s tomorrow in Rapid City, 79 by Sunday. Pretty comfortable with that sunshine, but let's talk more about that smoke that's going to be moving in. Through the rest of the evening, not really much going on. Things are going to be pretty quiet thanks to that front that moved through. But as that front pushes through, it's going to be pulling in some air behind it, and that's going to bring in some of the smoky conditions as we make our way into late Saturday, but especially Saturday night and Sunday. This is near surface smoke. We'll also have the smoke aloft, so hazy skies, haziness towards the ground, and if you smell wildfire smoke, this is likely the source from those Canadian wildfires. We'll continue to track how long that smoke sticks around as we go throughout the weekend. Well above normal temperatures are expected towards the central part of the United States, including us here in KOTA Territory. This is from Saturday, a week from tomorrow, the 16th, through Friday, August 22nd. So the middle of the month does look to warm up for us. And in terms of moisture, we're still probably going to keep some of those afternoon storm chances around that keep us just near, if not slightly above normal here in KOTA Territory and across much of the northern plains. Our forecast for tonight will be clear and cooler, many of us in the 50s, but Sheridan, Custer, even Sundance, they'll be dropping into the 40s. So a little bit more of a cool night for many of us. A nice refreshing start to our Saturday. We won't get too hot on Saturday with temperatures in the 80s for many. Upper 80s from Pine Ridge to Phillip and Kadoka. But we do have some 70s in far northwest South Dakota, Carter County, northeast Wyoming, and the Black Hills. Temperatures will gradually increase each day for each location. Temperatures are going to be looking pretty nice with the sunshine throughout the rest of the forecast there. A couple of stray storms are possible Sunday, but those chances continue to look lower and lower the closer we get to Sunday. A few more storm chances on Wednesday and Friday, where we warm up next week into the 80s and even some low 90s.
And you and bikers up in Sturgis can appreciate that cooler weather today.
Yeah, the cool weather is nice. That heat, the sun, humidity yesterday kind of got to me. So I said, you know what, I'm going to stick in studio today, and I've had fun this whole week covering the rally wherever with the weather.
It's a busy week.
It is.
All right. Thank you very much, David. Coming up, the Sioux Falls Little League team tries to earn a spot in the Little League World Series today. Plus, we check in with the Rushmore Tsunami swim team as it's delivering an impressive season. Quick has all that and more next to KOTA Sports.
Happy Friday, everybody. On Wednesday, the Sioux Falls Little League team suffered its first loss at the Midwest Regional, dropping a tight game to Fargo 5-4. Yesterday, Sioux Falls stayed alive by winning an elimination game against Kearney, Nebraska 3-1. That earned Sioux Falls a rematch with Fargo today, with the winner earning a trip to the Little League World Series. And Sioux Falls avenges that loss from Wednesday and is headed to Williamsport with an impressive 6-0 victory. Murphy Seafeld tossed a complete game shutout, allowing just 2 hits and striking out 6. Tayson White drove in a pair of runs for Sioux Falls. The win earns the team the Midwest Region Championship with the next stop at the Little League World Series. Exciting stuff. Now in Legion Baseball, Gillette is a perfect 2-0 at the Northwest Regional in Billings. Tonight, the Rough Riders will take on Idaho Falls in a matchup of the last 2 unbeaten teams. That game starts at 7 o'clock. Now let's jump into the pool where the Rushmore Tsunami swim team is turning in a strong season. The Tsunami program is growing rapidly. There are 85 swimmers on this year's squad, the most in team history. Now the Tsunami has a strong group of talented swimmers on both the boys and girls side of things. Earlier this summer, the Tsunami's boys 200-meter medley relay team set a new state record. The Tsunami is now focused on accomplishing more big things, and head coach David Swank likes the makeup of this year's team.
At this point in the season, our goal really is to just develop as much fitness as possible. As we move kind of into the next phase of our season, we'll get a little more specific with working on individual races and focusing a little bit more on speed. Yeah, this year we have 6 graduating seniors, and all 6 are swimming in college next year. And we have a number kind of in the pipeline who we think will be swimming at all levels of college swimming, and hopefully looking at some Olympic trials qualifiers in the next couple of years.
Now, the Rush made a trade today, sending Luke Milmock to the Greensboro Gargoyles for future considerations. Milmock played 45 games with Rapid City this season, scoring 12 goals and picking up 8 assists. Milmock will be reunited with former Rush head coach Scott Burt, as Burt is now the top man in Greensboro. 2 weeks from tonight marks the season's first edition of the Friday Night Hike. Hill City is one of the area teams who is focused on delivering a big season. The Rangers racked up an 8-2 record last year, making it all the way to the state quarterfinals. Hill City does have to replace some key players that were lost to graduation. Hill City kicks things off August 22nd when it hosts Stanley County. The Rangers will also host Harding County Bison for a big game on September 12th. Hill City closes out the regular season by hosting an always tough Dakota team on October 10th. So high school football practice is going for 11-man or 11B and 9-man teams. The larger classes start on Monday. Now tonight, another big night of racing out at the Black Hills Speedway. Top drivers from around the region set to rev up their engines out there, and I'll have highlights of that for you coming up tonight at 9 and at 10 o'clock. Going to be a lot of out there at the Speedway tonight. Don't forget, Broncos fans, Broncos kick off the preseason tomorrow night when they face the 49ers. You can see that game right here on KOTA territory, right here on ABC tomorrow night at 6:30, Broncos and the 49ers. That's going to do it for sports.
All right, David, a much appreciated cooler weekend on tap.
Yeah, much needed. It was very hot, very humid yesterday too, and those temperatures are cooling off nicely in the 70s for many of us. We do notice a few of those showers developing off the Black Hills. There's one lightning strike in rural Meade County. That shower will continue to push through, and any of those rain showers in southwest South Dakota will end this evening.
Sounds fair. All right, that'll do it for us. See you tonight at 10.
Thanks for watching KOTA Territory News, your local news and weather authority.